We're just preparing our bikes for the Quell Challenge in Raw on Sunday, so I just want to quickly show you how to glue a tubular tyre, so you know how to do it nice and easy, and then you don't have to worry about bike shops doing it and gluing it crazy that you have a Norman Stadler episode on the side of the road in Kona and can't get your tyre off. So I'm going to show you, I've got one here, it's already glued, but I'm going to take it off and put a brand new tyre on. Directly opposite the valve I always leave a gap, so for the exact reason that I can actually peel that off and then peel the glue off all the way and the actual tyre comes off quite easy. That's how you want it, as easy as that for race day pretty much. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to change this valve over and put it on this new tyre. First thing I'm going to do with the new tyre is take out the valve, because we need an extension when you've got race wheels. So I'm just gonna, you can get this little piece, plastic piece that will do this job, but a lot of the time they don't, so some pliers or whatever just to quickly unscrew that. I'm gonna take out the extension that I've already got. Something else I do, just to make sure there's no air leaks, is to put some plumber's tape around the thread. So just move that out a bit. Only need a little bit on the thread. Just roll it around. Okay, so that's on the thread there. I also do it on the point of the valve where that goes in. Make sure that it's done. Same again. Just on the thread there. That done. Screw. Make sure that it's free. Screw the valve back in, and I want to make sure it's tight, so I just don't need to over tighten it, you don't want to strip it, but it's just got to be tight enough that you're not going to get any leaks there. And we just screw the extension to the tyre, and we're ready to go. Now this tyre hasn't been stretched at all yet, so what I'm going to do, what I like to do, is just pre-stretch it by putting it on the wheel and blowing it up. Contis have a little rib down the centre of them where you can see the stitching. That means it seats. You want it to sit right in the middle of the rim there. I just place the tyre on. Basically I'm going to, just for this purpose, just going to stretch it from side to side. Make it go a little bit easier. Now, hold it apart with my leg. Pretty simple. Just going to pump this up. Stretch this one, and then I'll show you how to glue the tyre. Just doing this will make it a lot easier once the tyre and the rim is glued. It'll go on just a little bit easier than what I just did it. Okay, here's one that I've had already been stretching. That out, pull that off. First I'm going to glue the rim, so I just use this Continental rim glue. You can get some tape now, which makes this process even easier. I just always use glue, so I'll stick with that. As I said before, you want to leave a gap that's non-glued directly opposite the rim, so that needs to be a couple of inches. That's not going to roll off while you're riding or going around a corner. The rest of it I glue. I don't go crazy with the glue. Best thing you can use is a paintbrush. It makes it a lot easier. You know, we're on 650 wheels and money small, so it's near impossible for us to roll a tyre off the rim. But you can put on, some people put on that whole tube for maybe a set of wheels or one wheel. I don't think you need that, so I just put a little bit between each spoke, a little dab. And then just simply paintbrush it on and even it out across your rim. Try not to get on the braking surface going over. Just do this the whole way around. Now, so I'm going to leave a gap here. Okay, so this is where I've left the gap from here to here. That's about okay, that's the rim done. Put that aside. Now do exactly the same thing with the tyre. So I'm pretty much going to guess where halfway is, which is usually where they do the printing, opposite side of the tyre. So I'm going to leave that. Now the glue is going to absorb into the tyre a little bit more here, so I just run the glue along and then just paint it in, seep into the fabric. And I've started from where I'm going to leave the gap and work back towards the valve. Once I've done this, I'm going to leave them sit for about 10-15 minutes apart. I'll go to the hacky and then I'll show you how to put it onto the rim. You can stop it. Okay, now that the both wheel and tyre have been glued, I've had a little bit of time to go tacky. Now it's time to put it on. So valve goes through first. The easiest way I found to do it is to hold your hand on the valve and just stretch the tyre as you go. And you want this little, you can't see it, but where the stitching is, there's a little rib there. And you want that to sit in the middle of the rim. So basically I'm just stretching this as I go. If I do it that way, it'll go on a hell of a lot easier. And refix how it sits a little bit later. I get to a point where then I just have to get up, use a little bit of brute force, and you get it on. It just rolls over. And then you just got to make sure that it seats well, so there's going to be times where you got to pick it up off the glue. You won't really know until you pump it up just a little bit, but you can tell by looking at it if one side's sitting over further than the other. just from where the material that you see throughout. One side might be sitting more than the other. So you just place it around. And I'm just going to put a little bit of air into it. Check it again before I pump it fully up. Just enough that I can check, and I can see there's a big curve there, so I can fix that easy enough by just just look around to see, and you'll see fabric next to the, and you can look both sides to see if the fabric's even or it's higher one side than the other, and you want to get it fairly even the whole way around. She's looking pretty good now. And once it's like that, then we pump it up and she's done. And there we go. One tyre glued on. Very easy. And if you get the unfortunate circumstance of getting it flat, it's not super hard to get it off either. When I have my spare tied up, I put a flat tyre lever in. That way, if I need to, I can, once this is flat, push it all the way through and use it to break the seal. Simple.